After the Galaxy Council abducted human children, humanity shattered 15,000 years of peace. The sun had just risen over the colony world of Arden, painting the sky in soft orange and pink, when the first signs of trouble appeared. Families went about their morning routines, children laughing as they ran across yards, farmers tending their small fields and traders preparing their cargo for the day. Everything seemed normal, but in the quiet corners of space, the Galaxy Council had begun their work. The Council had watched humanity for centuries. They called humans young, impulsive, and weak. Other species considered them harmless. For 15,000 years, humans had lived with the galaxy, trading and exploring, but always careful not to interfere. Their worlds were peaceful, their fleets small, and their governments cautious. Other species never saw humans as a threat. That morning, however, the Council agents arrived. They came in ships so silent that no alarms went off. At first, people thought they were new trade vessels. The ships hovered above settlements and sent down small, shadowed pods. Inside, human children were gently lifted from their beds or school classrooms. Parents woke to empty rooms. Families screamed and ran, but there was no way to stop the Council. The pods vanished into the sky before anyone could respond. Alex Carter, a trader from Arden, rushed out of his house when he heard the alarms. His son, little Jimmy, had been taken. Alex ran through the streets, calling the boy's name. Other neighbors were doing the same, running with fear and disbelief in their eyes. The Council agents did not communicate. They did not leave messages. One moment children played, the next they were gone. Lisa Morgan, a school teacher, saw her entire class vanish. 10 children she had taught for months were suddenly gone. Her heart froze and she could only scream in horror. Parents and teachers gathered, trying to understand, but nothing made sense. The Council had never acted against humans before. They had treaties, trade agreements, and mutual respect. Nothing like this had happened in human history. Kevin Brooks, a young journalist, recorded the scenes. He ran through the streets, broadcasting live to the rest of the human worlds. Families crying, children missing, the Council ships silently retreating. "This is not an accident," Kevin said into his recorder. "They came for our children. They came for our future. And they expect us to be quiet." Within hours, the news reached the capital of Earth. Governments held emergency meetings. President Caroline Reed, a calm and intelligent leader, addressed the nation. "The Galaxy Council has abducted our children. This act is unlawful and unacceptable. We are gathering all information. I ask every citizen to stay calm, but know this: humanity will not submit." Meanwhile, in Council space, the leaders of the galaxy met. Their chambers floated in a massive station beyond the edge of known systems. Species from countless worlds were present, observing human reactions through monitors. One counselor, a tall, thin being named Valor, spoke. "The humans are young. They will not respond violently. Other species have submitted. Humanity will accept our actions as they always have." Another counselor, a red-scaled alien named Croth, shook his head. "We underestimate them. They have been quiet, yes, but they have never been tested like this." "They value their children more than anything," the council laughed. "It is not our concern," said Valor. "We are beyond their laws, their governments cannot act, their fleets are small, we only need to observe and study." Back on human worlds, the panic grew. Families organized, sending messages across planets. Governments activated every communication channel. Intelligence agents began tracking council ships, looking for patterns, trying to understand why the council would suddenly act. Nobody had an answer. Daniel Ford, a former space pilot, joined a group of parents trying to plan a rescue. "We have 15,000 years of peace," he said. "We have never needed to fight the council, but now they've crossed a line. They've taken what we cannot replace. We must do something." Claire Adams, a scientist, nodded. "We have no idea what they're doing with the children. Are they studying them, training them, or worse. We cannot wait for them to finish. We have to act. Ethan Price, a young commander, stepped forward. We have small fleets, yes, but we have training, strategy, and ingenuity. The Council thinks we are weak. They will see differently soon. On Arden, parents were no longer waiting. They began organizing makeshift defenses, trying to track the silent ships. Children who had been taken were in mysterious facilities, and no one knew where or how to reach them. The Council ships could appear anywhere, move faster than human sensors, and vanish before any response. Yet humans were stubborn. They were determined. Alex Carter and Lisa Morgan worked together to gather intelligence. Using old communication satellites, they tracked Council pods and identified patterns. They come at night, Alex said. They choose isolated settlements, but not always. Sometimes they strike where humans feel safe. We need to map their timing. Lisa nodded. If we can understand the pattern, maybe we can intercept one. Even one child returned safely will show the Council they miscalculated. Meanwhile, Kevin Brooks continued to broadcast to human colonies across systems. Do not panic, he urged, though his voice shook. Use this anger, use this fear. Humanity has always survived, even when others thought we were small and fragile. We are strong. We are clever. And we will fight to protect our children. In the Council chamber, Vaylor frowned at the human broadcasts. Why do they resist? He asked. Other species have never fought. They obeyed our orders, accepted our actions. Croth leaned closer. Because they are different. Humans love their young. They will not forgive. They will not submit. You will see, Vaylor, their response will surprise us. Back on Earth, governments began secret meetings with intelligence officers, scientists, and fleet commanders. They were piecing together a plan, though no one had ever fought the Council before. Every human world was shaken, but a quiet determination began to grow. Humanity would not stand down. Alex Carter and Daniel Ford were given permission to organize reconnaissance missions. They gathered small ships, trained pilots, and engineers. Claire Adams provided technological support, adapting human sensors to detect Council vessels. Ethan Price began training volunteers for possible combat. The people knew this might be the first step toward war, but they had no choice. For the first time in 15,000 years, humanity felt the old peace crumble. Families were no longer safe. Children were no longer untouchable. And the Galaxy Council, which had always underestimated humans, was about to discover the cost of their arrogance. By nightfall, the skies above Arden were empty, but human determination was everywhere. Parents, neighbors, and strangers shared one goal: to rescue every child taken and to show the galaxy that humans could not be controlled. They built watch stations, improvised tracking systems, and trained themselves for the impossible task ahead. Kevin Brooks ended his broadcast that night with a single thought. We have lived quietly for 15,000 years. They thought we were peaceful. They thought we would bend. But humanity has limits. They have crossed the line, and we will respond. As the Council ships moved silently in the dark void of space, they had no idea that humanity was watching. Every child taken became a spark of determination. Every lost home became a call for action. Humanity was no longer the species to be ignored. And so the first day of the new human era began. Fear had turned to anger, anger to purpose, and purpose into action. Humanity had lost much, but they had gained something far stronger: unity. No council chamber, no alien fleet, no ancient treaty could prepare the galaxy for what humans were about to do. The line had been crossed, and humanity was awake. For 15,000 years, humans had been quiet, careful, obedient. That would end tonight. The morning after the abductions, Earth's leaders met in the Great Hall of the Capitol. The room was filled with tension. Every planet in the human system had reported children taken. Thousands of families were in despair. Human leaders knew this was no ordinary crisis. President Caroline Reed spoke calmly, her voice steady. The Council believes we will submit. They believe humans will bow quietly as other species have done. They are wrong. Humanity will not give in. We have one goal: bring our children home. Daniel Ford stood at her side. We do not know where the children are taken. We cannot fight the Council directly yet, but we can track them, gather information, and plan carefully. Every mistake could cost lives. Claire Adams, the scientist, brought up a holographic map of known Council territory. The Council facilities are scattered. We have intercepted some signals. We may be able to locate the pods carrying our children. Their ships move fast, but they leave small energy traces we can follow if we act quickly. Ethan Price leaned forward. We need volunteers, pilots, engineers, soldiers, and trackers, people who can move fast and think clearly. We cannot rely on our fleet alone. We need small teams, smart and precise. Alex Carter and Lisa Morgan were already organizing groups on the colony worlds. Families were desperate, but they were willing to fight. Communities that had never worked together before began planning together. Every citizen became part of the effort. Kevin Brooks continued his broadcasts across human worlds. The Council thinks they can break us with fear. They are wrong. We are united. Every parent, every teacher, every neighbor will help find our children. Humanity will not bow. Humanity will act. Meanwhile, on the Council station, Vaylor and Croth watched human activity through monitors. They saw families organizing, fleets moving quietly, and communications buzzing. "What is happening?" Vaylor asked. "Why are they not panicking?" Croth's eyes narrowed. "They are not like other species. Humans are stubborn. They value their children above all else. Every lost child becomes a cause for action. They will fight in ways we cannot predict." Back on Arden, Alex Carter gathered a small team to investigate one of the Council's energy traces. The group included Lisa Morgan, Daniel Ford, and 2 volunteers, Sarah and Ben, who had experience in reconnaissance. Their ship was small and fast, built for stealth rather than combat. "Remember," Alex said, "we are not attacking. We are observing. We need to find patterns, figure out where the children are held. One mistake in the Council could vanish before we even get close." The ship lifted quietly from the ground and moved into space. Sensors scanned for Council energy trails. Hours passed with nothing. Then a faint trail appeared, a small shimmer in the darkness. Alex smiled. "This is it. Follow it carefully." Lisa monitored the readings. "They are moving too fast for us to follow directly. We need to predict where they will go." She tapped the console and studied the signals. "If we plot the trajectory, the pods will arrive at a small facility near the edge of the system. It is not heavily guarded. We might get a glimpse inside." Daniel Ford nodded. "We can mark it and report back. This is the first clue we've had." Meanwhile, parents across other worlds were acting. Small teams formed quickly, using old exploration ships and civilian transport vessels. They learned to track energy signals, to communicate secretly, and to avoid Council patrols. For the first time in human history, ordinary citizens became part of a coordinated galactic effort. Kevin Brooks reported the first success live. "A reconnaissance team has spotted a Council facility. We now know where some of the children are held. Humanity is awake. The Council will learn we cannot be ignored." On the Council station, alarms went off. Vaylor's face turned pale. "They found us. How? We are careful." "They should not know our positions." Croth replied calmly. "Humans are persistent. They notice what others do not. They plan, adapt, and act. This is why they are dangerous. You have underestimated them." On Arden, Alex and his team returned to report their findings. President Reed, Daniel, Claire, and Ethan gathered around the table. The holographic map showed the Council facility. It was small, isolated, but heavily protected. The children were inside. "We cannot just storm it," Claire warned. "We do not know the defenses, the number of Council soldiers, or the technology inside. We need a plan that minimizes risk." Daniel Ford nodded. "We must be precise. We are not here to destroy, we are here to rescue. Every child is important. Ethan Price leaned back. This is only the beginning. If the Council realizes humans will act, they will increase defenses. We need to move fast and stay ahead of them. We cannot wait for them to make the next move. Across the galaxy, humans on other planets began similar efforts. Teams of scouts, engineers, and volunteers used every tool available. Old exploration maps, trading records, and even abandoned Council communications were examined. Patterns emerged. The Council always tried to appear invisible, but humans noticed. They learned the routes of the pods, the timing of patrols, and the weak points in Council defenses. Lisa Morgan sent a message to all human teams. Focus on the children. Do not engage Council soldiers unless necessary. Use stealth and speed. Every life matters. Alex Carter worked late into the night with his engineers. They adapted civilian ships with better sensors and small shields. We may not have the firepower of the Council, he said, but we have brains and determination. That is enough. Kevin Brooks broadcasted a message to calm parents. We understand your pain, we share it, but humanity is acting. Every child will be found. Every parent will see their family again. Trust in us. Trust in your species. In the Council chamber, panic began to spread. They are moving faster than expected, Vaylor said. They are organizing, planning. This is not normal. They are not afraid. Croth smiled, almost cruelly. They are different. They do not follow fear. They follow purpose. Every species submits out of fear. Humans submit only when they are defeated, and they are far from defeated. Back on Arden, the first successful observation mission returned. They had seen Council guards, child pods, and facility layouts. The information was invaluable. President Reed, Daniel Ford, and Ethan Price studied every detail. We can plan a rescue, Daniel said. We can save these children if we act smart. Precision is our weapon. Alex Carter and Lisa Morgan continued coordinating with teams on other worlds. Every success, no matter how small, built confidence. Humanity realized they had been underestimated. They were not weak. They were clever, fast, and determined. That night, as human scouts and teams rested, the Council realized the magnitude of the problem. Every species that had ever been under their control had obeyed quietly. Humans were different. Humans fought in ways that did not follow their rules. Every parent, every citizen, every teacher became a soldier. Every home became a command center. Kevin Brooks summed up humanity's feelings in one broadcast. We are not afraid. We are not defeated. They took our children, but they have not broken our spirit. Humanity will act. Humanity will prevail. And every Council member who thought we were weak will learn the cost of underestimating us. On Arden, Alex Carter looked at the stars. We cannot wait, he said quietly. We must act now. They think we will be cautious. They think we will be slow. They are wrong. Humanity moves fast when what we love is threatened. The Council, still confident, watched through their monitors, unaware that humans had already begun moving fleets, training teams, and preparing rescue missions. They had counted on fear to control humanity. They had counted wrong. By the end of the second day, human worlds were alive with activity. Children were missing, but hope had not vanished. Humanity had awakened. They were ready to fight, ready to rescue, and ready to show the galaxy that peace had limits. The abductions had shattered 15,000 years of quiet, but from that chaos came determination. Humanity was not a species to be ignored. Humanity was not a species to be controlled. And humanity was about to prove it. The first human strike team left quietly from the hidden shipyards on Mars. They were small, only 6 ships, but each was fast and carefully equipped. The mission was simple in words. Observe Council facilities, gather intelligence, and rescue a child if possible. Simple words, but dangerous work. Lucas Hayes, the team commander, studied the holographic map with his officers. We are not attacking their main forces, he said. We are moving like shadows. The Council thinks we cannot strike. They are wrong. Olivia Grant, the communications officer, checked sensors and signals. We have a weak point, she said. A supply route they use to move children between two facilities. The ships there are small, lightly guarded. If we act fast, we can intercept one pod. Lucas nodded. Then we move tonight. Timing is everything. One mistake and we lose more than just the chance to rescue a child. Meanwhile, on Earth, President Caroline Reed addressed all human colonies via secure channels. The Council believes they can frighten us. They are learning too late. Humanity does not bend to threats. We act. We protect what is ours. Every child taken will be found. Families on frontier colonies prepared quietly. Engineers adapted old cargo ships for speed and stealth. Pilots ran simulations. Scientists worked on scanners and sensors. Humanity's efforts were united across worlds, all focused on one goal: the children. The strike team left the solar system, moving fast toward Council space. They avoided patrols, hiding in asteroid fields and moving through areas without sensors. Lucas Hayes knew every second counted. Olivia monitored signals constantly. Every blip could be a Council ship or a trap. Hours later, they found the pod. It was small, dark, and moving faster than any human ship normally could. Inside, a child floated in a containment field, frightened but unharmed. Lucas's hands tightened on the controls. "We are taking them home," he said. The interception had to be precise. Too slow and the pod would vanish. Too fast and alarms would trigger. Lucas guided the ship alongside the pod while Olivia synchronized their magnetic grapplers. Slowly, carefully, they attached the pod to their ship. Inside the pod, a small boy no more than 8 years old blinked at the strangers. Who are you?" he asked. Lucas smiled gently. "We are humans like you. We came to bring you home." The pod was pulled safely inside their ship. The child was unharmed. Relief and quiet joy filled the small crew. They had done what the Council thought impossible: intercept a human child from Council space. Back on the Council station, monitors flickered as alarms rang. Vaylor leaned forward, frowning. "They took a pod. How is this possible? Humans should not be capable of this." Croft's eyes narrowed. "They are learning, they adapt, they plan. This is not the work of simple fear. They are dangerous in ways we cannot understand." Humanity's first victory spread quickly across human systems. Kevin Brooks broadcasted the news. "The first child has been rescued. The Council has underestimated us. Humanity is awake. Humanity moves fast when what we love is threatened." On Mars, the strike team prepared for the next mission. Lucas spoke to his officers. "We have shown them we can act. But this is only the beginning. Every child we rescue gives us knowledge. Every success teaches us how to move faster, smarter, and stronger." Meanwhile, Claire Adams analyzed data from every human reconnaissance mission. Patterns began to emerge. The Council moved children in predictable ways, using supply routes and lightly guarded facilities. They believed humans would not follow. They were wrong. Daniel Ford and Ethan Price coordinated small fleet maneuvers. They used human ingenuity to outsmart the Council's technology. Small, fast ships could move in shadows, avoid detection, and strike with precision. Humans did not need large fleets to make a difference. Lisa Morgan worked on communication networks, keeping all human teams in touch. Even when separated by light years, they could share information quickly. Every success improved strategy for the next mission. Humans were becoming smarter and faster with every attempt. The Council, still confident, met in emergency session. Vaylor slammed his clawed hand on the table. "They are moving faster than we predicted. They are rescuing children. This is impossible. No species has ever done this." Croft's voice was calm but sharp. "They are different. Humans act out of love. They fight for what they value most. You will see. Their actions are not random. Every step is calculated, and every success strengthens them." Back on a colony world, Alex Carter and Lisa Morgan train new volunteers. "We cannot stop now," Alex said. "We have momentum. Every child rescued gives us hope and knowledge. We learn faster than the council can react. Keep moving, keep watching, keep saving lives." Parents and families everywhere became part of the effort. They offered supplies, food, transport, and information. Humanity's strength was not just ships or weapons, it was the will of every citizen. The Council had never seen this kind of unity. Kevin Brooks recorded another broadcast. "The galaxy watches us. They see humans rescuing their children. They see courage, determination, and love in action. Humanity is not a species to control. Humanity is not a species to fear lightly. Humanity is rising." Lucas Hayes prepared for another strike. This time they would rescue 2 children from a small facility near the edge of Council space. Sensors showed minimal guards and the pod route was clear. Precision and timing would be crucial. As they approached, Lucas reminded his team, "We move fast, quiet, and precise. We do not fight unless necessary. The children are our priority." The operation went smoothly. They intercepted the pods, disabling the Council's tracking without engaging in combat. Inside the pods, the children were frightened but unharmed. Lucas and his team reassured them. "We are here to bring you home," Lucas said gently. Back on human worlds, celebrations were quiet but heartfelt. Families wept with relief as children returned. Humanity's hope grew stronger. Humanity's anger at the Council's audacity burned brighter. They had underestimated humans. They had made a grave mistake. On the Council station, Vaylor could not hide his frustration. "They are clever, they are fast, they are unpredictable. No species has ever done this." Croth shook his head. "You ignored the human spirit. You believed in fear and submission. Humans do not act out of fear, they act out of love. And now you will pay the price of underestimating them." Lucas Hayes returned from the mission. He reported to President Reed and the leaders. "We rescued 3 children. We learned the timing and route of the pods. This will help future missions. Humanity has the knowledge and determination to continue. The Council is not invincible." President Reed nodded. "Every action we take must be precise. Every life matters. Humanity fights not out of hatred but out of love. That is our greatest strength." Across human space, more teams prepared for rescue missions. Engineers, scientists, pilots, and volunteers adapted, learned, and shared knowledge. Humanity's small victories became lessons for the next mission. Every step forward was proof that the Council could be outsmarted. Kevin Brooks broadcast one final message that night. "The Council believes humans are weak. They believe we will submit. They are wrong. Humanity acts with precision, courage, and love. Every child rescued is a testament to our strength. The galaxy will see what happens when you underestimate us." As Lucas Hayes looked at the stars, he knew this was only the beginning. Humanity had shown the Council their first strike, but there were many more to come. Every mission, every success, and every rescued child brought them closer to freedom. For the first time, humans were no longer quiet observers in the galaxy. They were active, strong, and united. The Council had made a mistake they would never forget. Humanity was rising, and the galaxy was about to learn what it meant to challenge a species that would fight for what they loved most. The Galaxy Council had begun to realize their mistake. They had expected fear, submission, and silence from humanity, as every other species had shown. Instead, they faced action, precision, and determination. Humanity was no longer quiet. They were moving fast, organized, and relentless. On Mars, Lucas Hayes and his strike team prepared for another mission. This time, the objective was a large Council research station near the edge of known space. Sensors showed dozens of children inside, scattered across multiple pods. The station was more heavily guarded than any previous target. Lucas studied the layout carefully. "We cannot rush this," he said. "Every child must be rescued. We will not fight unless we have no choice. We move quietly, precisely, and together. Olivia Grant checked the communications network. We have feedback from every human team in the area. If we encounter trouble, reinforcements will move quickly. We are not alone. Lucas nodded. Good. Let's make sure every child gets home. That is our mission. Nothing else matters. Meanwhile, on Earth, President Caroline Reed coordinated multiple strike teams and civilian volunteers. The Council expects chaos to scare us, she said. We will give them order. We will give them intelligence. And we will give them proof that humanity does not bow. Every child rescued is a victory. Every rescue is a message. Humanity protects what is ours. In hidden hangars on frontier colonies, engineers and scientists worked tirelessly. Ships were modified for speed and stealth. Sensors were strengthened to detect Council energy signals. Every tool, every invention, every clever idea was shared across the human systems. Humanity's strength was not in numbers or firepower. It was in innovation and unity. On the Council station, panic began to spread. Vaylor slammed his clawed hand on a table. They have rescued more children than we predicted. How can this be possible? Their technology is crude compared to ours, and yet they succeed. Croth's voice was calm, almost chilling. You underestimate them. Humans do not act like other species. They act with purpose, with love, and with precision. You will see, Vaylor, that you have awakened a species you cannot control. Lucas Hayes led the team through the darkness of space toward the research station. Sensors showed the patrol routes. The timing of the pods leaving the station was predictable. Humans had learned to read the patterns. Lucas smiled quietly. They think we are impulsive. They think we are weak. They are wrong. The first pod moved along its route, a small, bright capsule carrying a frightened girl named Mia. Lucas guided their ship alongside the pod. Olivia synchronized the magnetic grapplers, and slowly, carefully, they attached the pod. Mia's eyes widened as she floated inside. Who are you?" she asked softly. Lucas smiled. "We are humans like you. We are here to take you home." The team repeated the process again and again, rescuing children from multiple pods as the station's alarms began to ring. The Council soldiers scrambled to respond, but Lucas's team moved with precision, never engaging unnecessarily. Their small ships were faster than Council patrols, and their knowledge of the pod routes allowed them to act before reinforcements could arrive. On Earth, President Reed watched the operation via encrypted live feed. Her face was calm, but her eyes shone with pride. Humanity is showing what we can do when our children are threatened. This is not war. This is protection. Every success strengthens us. Across human space, similar missions were underway. Teams intercepted Council transports, rescued children from lightly guarded facilities, and returned them safely to human worlds. Every operation taught humans something new: how to avoid detection, how to disable Council sensors, and how to act quickly and decisively. Kevin Brooks broadcast updates constantly. Humanity is moving faster than anyone expected. Children are returning home. Families are reunited. The Council has underestimated us. Humanity does not submit. Humanity acts. Back at the Council station, panic grew. They are everywhere, Vaylor said. We cannot predict their movements. They are acting with intelligence and coordination. They are stronger than we imagined. Croth's eyes narrowed. We assumed humans would respond like other species. We assumed fear would control them. We were wrong. They fight for love, for family, for each other. That is something you cannot calculate. Lucas Hayes completed the rescue operation at the research station. 20 children were safely aboard his ships. Each child was reassured, given water, blankets, and comfort. Lucas felt a quiet pride. This was what humanity did best: protect and save lives, even in the face of overwhelming danger. As the ships returned to human space, celebrations were quiet but heartfelt. Families wept with relief. Communities came together to care for the children. Humanity's success spread across the galaxy, a message to every species that humans could not be underestimated. Daniel Ford and Ethan Price coordinated the next set of operations. "We have momentum," Daniel said. "The Council is panicking. We must use it wisely. Every mission must be precise. Every life matters." Lisa Morgan worked to keep communications seamless between teams. "We cannot afford mistakes," she said. "The Council will adapt. We must adapt faster. Every rescue gives us experience. Every success gives us knowledge." On one human world, parents and volunteers built emergency care facilities for rescued children. Doctors, nurses, and teachers worked side by side. Humanity's response was not just military, it was compassionate. They healed, comforted, and reassured. Humanity's strength was not just in strategy but in care and determination. The Council, in desperation, tried to send larger fleets to block human operations, but humans had already learned to avoid detection. Small, fast ships moved like shadows, striking where the Council least expected. The Council's forces were large but slow and predictable. Humans had learned their weaknesses. Kevin Brooks recorded another broadcast. "The Council thought they could scare humanity with abductions. They thought they could control us. They were wrong. Humanity is strong, clever, and united. We fight with love, precision, and determination. The Council is learning, too late, what happens when you underestimate humans." Lucas Hayes prepared for the next operation, this time targeting a Council facility far deeper in Council territory. Intelligence suggested dozens of children were held there. The risks were higher, but humanity had learned. They moved with confidence, skill, and purpose. As ships left Mars and Earth, Lucas reminded his team, "We are not doing this for revenge. We are doing this for love, for family, for humanity. Every action matters. Every decision counts. We will not fail." Claire Adams monitored sensors from Earth. "They are moving into Council space faster than we expected. We know their patrols, their signals, their weaknesses. Humans are learning at an incredible rate." Daniel Ford added, "Every rescue strengthens our morale and skill. The Council cannot calculate the human spirit. They will never understand it until it is too late." The first encounter inside the deep Council facility went smoothly. Humans moved silently, intercepting pods and rescuing children without unnecessary conflict. Council soldiers tried to respond, but human ships were faster, more precise, and coordinated. Every child brought home was a victory, every mission a lesson learned. As the team returned, Lucas Hayes looked at the children, exhausted but proud. They were safe. They were human. And humanity was proving that the Galaxy Council's arrogance had been a mistake. On Earth, President Reed spoke to the population. "Humanity has acted. We have shown that we protect what is ours. We have rescued our children and taught the galaxy a lesson. The Council expected fear. They got determination. They expected submission. They got action. Humanity will not bow. Humanity will not fail." Across human worlds, communities continued to work together, strengthening fleets, improving technology, and preparing for future operations. Humanity had learned the Council's patterns, weaknesses, and blind spots. Each day brought new knowledge and new hope. In the Council chambers, fear had replaced confidence. Vaylor and Croth watched humanity's progress in disbelief. "We underestimated them," Vaylor said. "Every species submits to the Council eventually. Why not humans?" Croth's voice was sharp. "Because humans are not like other species. They act with purpose, love, and precision. They are dangerous when threatened. They will not stop until they achieve their goal. You have awakened a force you cannot control." Lucas Hayes returned to Mars after the operation. Exhausted, he spoke to his team. "We have done well. Every child we rescue is a step closer to ending this nightmare. Humanity has shown the Council what we are capable of, but we must keep moving. They will try to adapt. We must be faster, smarter, and stronger. Kevin Brooks broadcast the news across human systems. The Council has learned their first lesson. Humanity will not submit. Humanity protects what we love. Humanity acts when threatened. Humanity is awake and the galaxy is watching. As the night fell on Earth, Mars, and all human worlds, one truth became clear. Humanity had begun to reclaim what was theirs. The Council had expected fear, silence, and obedience. Instead, they found courage, precision, and unity. Humanity had shattered the illusion of weakness. The abductions had begun a war of action, not with hatred but with love. Humanity had awakened, and the galaxy would never see them the same way again. The human fleets moved deeper into Council space than anyone had thought possible. Every mission had taught them new lessons, and every success had built confidence. Humanity no longer acted cautiously. They acted with precision, speed, and the determination of a species protecting what it loved most. President Caroline Reed watched the reports with quiet pride. Every child rescued was a victory. Every Council facility bypassed or neutralized proved humanity's strength. They thought they could scare us, she said to her advisors. They thought we would bow quietly. They were wrong. Humanity is stronger than they imagined. Now we will show them the cost of their arrogance. Lucas Hayes prepared for the largest mission yet. The target was a central Council station, deep in Council territory, where dozens of children were held. The station was heavily guarded and equipped with advanced defenses. It was designed to be impossible for humans to reach. But Lucas's team had learned, adapted, and prepared. They would not fail. Olivia Grant studied the layout one last time. We know the guard rotations, the pod routes, and the weak points in the station's shields. If we move quickly and quietly, we can rescue all the children without major conflict. Lucas nodded. This is not just a mission. It is a message. Humanity will not bow. Humanity protects what is ours. Let's bring them home. Across human space, smaller strike teams moved in parallel. Daniel Ford and Ethan Price coordinated multiple operations. Supply lines were secured. Communication networks kept every team in touch. Engineers, pilots, scientists, and volunteers worked together. Humanity was no longer just a single fleet or a single mission. Humanity was united, organized, and unstoppable. Kevin Brooks broadcasted updates as the operations began. The Council believed they could control humanity through fear. They believed we would submit. They were wrong. Every mission, every child rescued, every victory proves that humanity acts with precision, intelligence, and love. Humanity has awakened. In the Council chamber, panic had turned into fear. Vaylor and Croth stared at the human activity reports. Entire fleets were moving silently through Council space. Pods were intercepted, children were rescued, facilities had been bypassed or neutralized. "How is this possible?" Vaylor shouted. "Humans are too fast, too clever, they are everywhere." Croth's expression was calm but cold. "They are not like other species. They act with love, purpose, and intelligence. Every action is calculated. Every success strengthens them. We underestimated them, and now we will pay." Lucas Hayes led his team close to the central Council station. The defenses were strong, but the humans had learned how to use shadows, timing, and stealth. They moved through the gaps in patrols, dodging sensors, and neutralizing obstacles without direct combat. Every move was precise. Inside the station, children were awake, scared, and confused. Many had been taken weeks ago. When the humans arrived, they were gently guided into rescue pods. Lucas reassured them, "We are here to bring you home. You are safe now." One child, a girl named Emily, clung to Lucas's hand. "I thought no one would come for me," she whispered. Lucas smiled. "Humanity always comes. We protect our own." The rescue operation continued for hours. Pods were guided through corridors, shields were bypassed, and Council alarms were avoided as much as possible. Where necessary, human teams used minimal force to disable defensive systems, never harming Council personnel unless absolutely required. Every life mattered. Back on Earth, President Reed addressed the human population. Humanity has acted not out of revenge, but out of love and justice. We have shown the galaxy that our species cannot be underestimated. The Council has learned that our children, our families, and our people are not for others to take. Humanity protects what is ours, always. Outside the station, Lucas's fleet waited to escort the rescued children home. The Council attempted to mobilize reinforcements, but human tactics were faster than they could respond. Small, coordinated teams moved with efficiency that larger fleets could not match. Every child rescued was a lesson learned, and every lesson made humans stronger. Kevin Brooks broadcasted the news widely. The largest Council station has been penetrated, and the children are being returned safely. Humanity moves fast, acts precisely, and values every life. The galaxy has learned what happens when you underestimate humans. On the Council station, Vaylor could no longer hide his fear. They have done the impossible. How can humans reach these children while avoiding our patrols, our defenses, our ships? Croth replied quietly, because humans are different. They act with love and intelligence. Every move is calculated, every step purposeful. They are not a species to control. You will see the cost of underestimating them. As the last pod left the station, Lucas Hayes allowed himself a moment of relief. Every child was safe, every team member accounted for. Humanity had shown the galaxy that they could act decisively, precisely, and with compassion, even against a far larger power. Daniel Ford and Ethan Price coordinated the return journeys. Every human world welcomed the children back with care, celebration, and relief. Families were reunited, tears flowed freely. Humanity's unity and determination had turned what seemed impossible into reality. President Reed convened a council of human leaders. The Galaxy Council is in disarray. Their authority is broken, their plans defeated. We do not seek revenge or conquest. We seek justice and safety. Humanity has proven that our species cannot be underestimated, and now we will ensure the safety of all who cannot protect themselves. Across human space, engineers and scientists began working on improvements for the future. Ships, sensors, and strategies were shared across colonies. Humanity had learned quickly, adapted, and proven that intelligence, unity, and care were as powerful as weapons. Kevin Brooks broadcast one final message about the mission. The Council believed humanity could be controlled through fear. They believed we would bow quietly. They were wrong. Humanity protects what we love. Humanity acts with courage, intelligence, and precision. The galaxy has learned the cost of underestimating us. The Council's response was chaotic. Orders were ignored, fleets were slow to react, and panic spread through their ranks. Vaylor realized the Council could no longer command respect. "We are losing control," he admitted. "Humanity is too strong, too clever, too united. We cannot stop them." Croth looked across the chamber. "You believed fear and rules would control humanity. You were wrong. They act for family, for life, and for justice. That is strength you cannot calculate or predict. And now you will pay for your arrogance." Back on Mars, Lucas Hayes and his team debriefed. "We have rescued every child in this sector," Lucas said. "The Council expected fear. They expected submission. They were wrong. Humanity has awakened, and the galaxy will never forget it." Olivia Grant added, "We have learned their weaknesses. We have acted with precision. We have saved lives. Humanity has changed the balance of power." Across human space, celebrations were quiet but meaningful. Communities cared for the children, rebuilt homes, and honored the efforts of every team. Humanity had not only rescued their young, they had proven that no one could challenge them without consequences. President Reed addressed the galaxy through secure channels. "The Council has acted against humanity. They have taken what was ours. We have responded with precision, care, and unity. Humanity does not seek conquest, but humanity does not forgive those who threaten our people. The galaxy now knows humanity protects what we love and we act when we must. In Council space, Vaylor admitted defeat. We underestimated them. They are not weak, not fearful, not easily controlled. They are human, and we cannot stop them. Kroth's expression was cold. They are strong because they fight for what they love, because they act with intelligence, because they are united. Remember this: humanity will never be controlled. Humanity will never be broken, and every species in the galaxy must now respect them. Lucas Hayes looked at the stars one last time that day. We have done what many thought impossible. We rescued our children, protected our people, and proved that humanity cannot be underestimated. The galaxy has learned this lesson. It is a lesson that will last for generations. Kevin Brooks ended his final broadcast of the day. Humanity has acted decisively, precisely, and with love. The Council has been humbled, and the galaxy now knows our strength. We protect what is ours, we act when necessary, and we do not bow. Humanity is awake, united, and stronger than ever. The galaxy will never see us the same way again. Across human worlds, families reunited, communities celebrated, and humanity breathed a quiet, proud sigh. 15,000 years of peace had been shattered by the Council's arrogance, but from that chaos had arisen something far stronger: a united species, a clever and determined people, and a galaxy that would never forget the cost of underestimating humanity. And in that moment, humanity knew something that no council, no alien species, and no enemy could ever take away. They were strong, they were united, and they would always protect what they loved.